Hey guys, welcome back. We are now going to look at how we wire some components together with Arduino. And I'm looking for a little guy here that we can use. Okay, here's our friend that we're going to talk a little bit about. Now, we've talked about resistors, we've talked about wires. We haven't talked about all of the components on here, but one that's going to be really interesting for this one is called piezo. All right, it's a funny little name, isn't it? But a piezo is basically, okay, what it is it's a type of electronic device that generates a voltage, okay, when it's like physically deformed by a vibration. Okay, and it sounds kind of funny, right? But basically, what it means is that when you put a voltage across this particular electronic device called piezo, it vibrates and it creates a tone. Okay, so as a result, we can do things like we're going to do here, which is to make a piano player electronic device. Now, I say piano player in the most rudimentary way because what we're going to do is connect buttons and allow it to play an octave. And an octave is 8 notes, okay, in this circuit. All right. So it can both, piezo can both play tones and it can also detect tones. In this particular case, we're going to play a tone and show you how that works. So the first thing we need to do is connect the power. All right. We're going to connect the power by, you see that there's a positive side on this 9-volt battery and there's a negative side. So we're going to connect to something here called the breadboard. That's this big white thing here, okay? And on the outer rails, they call these rails, right? We have a long string of negative terminals here, negative holes, right? And here we have positive all the way across. And it's the same on this side, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to connect positive to positive. We're going to change this wire color to red because typically in electricity, red is the positive wire. Got to make sure you select it first. Okay. And then in electricity, negative wires are typically in black. So we're going to click that and we're going to select black. Okay. So now if everything worked and I hit start simulation, I should hear like this crackling sound coming from our piezo to let me know that, it's working. Got it. Okay, if you didn't hear it, make sure your volume's up and then click it again. And so now, again, we're deforming the vibration or the wavelength, right? And we can do that by putting resistors here, which control the amount of current that goes through, right? Which at the end of the day, sound is wavelengths, okay? It's electricity. And we're deforming that by reducing or increasing the amount of current that goes through, okay? So here we go. We can click on each button and it will play a tone in an octave or an 8-note scale. Okay, all right, so it worked, okay? So it's really cool and it just gives you a simple example of what we can do in Arduino to create really interesting circuits. So go ahead, play around with that. Right here on the side, it'll guide you through all of this stuff, okay? And the next lesson we're going to do is going to be all about how to add more components, which is all these things you see on the side here, okay? More components to our circuits. All right, enjoy.